Minasan. Okay, so there's two sprinters. Okay, the first sprinter, pure talent. They just winging it, practicing on their own every day. They dedicated. The other one has a system that they use. They've got a coach. They're part of a club. Which one will win against the other if they race? Okay, if you take them over a 4 year period of time, who will be quicker? There's one engineer that goes to school for it, and then there's one that's just dabbling around with electrical equipment and fixing kettles and so on. In 3 years' time, which one will be the most effective engineer? Which one will be lacking? Okay, so now, with that said, same thing with trading. There's one trader who actually puts in the effort as well as invests in their education, gets a coach and so on, part of a community, does everything that they can to ensure their success. And then there's the other one who's just winging it. Which one do you think will make it? And you might be saying, okay, what about the cost implication? I don't have the money. But the thing is, we usually do have the money. It's just that we concentrate it in the wrong places. You see, so for instance, you have somebody who says, you know what, I want to become a doctor, and they speak to family and friends, they do whatever they can so that they can pay their school fees every month. But when it comes to trading, we're ashamed of that. We don't do those kind of things. We don't think that way. We don't present it to family in a way whereby we tell them that this is a serious thing. I can get serious education, and here are the benefits, and educating them around what the benefits are and where this may lead so that you can get their full support. So it's the way in which you think about it sometimes, which will also determine if whether or not you're going to succeed in this thing. Also, some of us, and I know that I was guilty of this, I used to like to buy expensive clothes and go out drinking, and I had money for everything else except really investing into something that is structured for my education. Okay, and now looking back, that's a lot of money I was spending on things that got me absolutely nowhere. I was looking fresh to death though. It's looking really good, but I went nowhere with that. Okay, those memories ended there. They didn't bring anything with them that could actually be of good value except advice that, hey, those things that you might be spending money on, there's money that's coming in. Where's it going out to? Is it going into really investing into yourself, which is the best investment that you can get? Or is it going into frivolous things that really don't matter? So how you think about it, that's all I want you to think about for this coming week. Nonetheless, there's really amazing opportunities for this coming week. Not as many as last week, I would say, but still a good sizable amount. So what I'd be looking for here. Oh yes, and by the way, maybe I can also show you the position I was talking about last week before we get into this. So in the last top three, we spoke about getting a possible rejection, maybe a pin bar, and taking that pin bar to the downside, of which that has worked out quite nicely now. We did get that pin bar, and I hope some of you were able to catch this move, and hopefully you're still in it, managing in a big way, and seeing where price might take us. But now there's a scale-in opportunity should you have taken that. And how I would be looking at it is if we get a 3 touch within this area, I'd be looking for potentially, depending on how big or small the 3 touch is, with that kind of area of around the 40 pip distance, I would go for a risk entry. If not, I'll look for a push and a little continuation here to the downside. But what I'd be looking for, should we not get this, is if price continues to push down, I would look for a continuation on the 15-minute that will take us to wherever price may take us. So let's see how that one goes. We got some good news as well from the US last week, which means that we might see price going lower with the GBP USD. Over here, what I'd be looking for, so now there's an opportunity early in the week, seeing that we've got this small 3 touch, possibly like an ending pattern, and if we get a little continuation here. That's an opportunity that can be taken. I won't be taking it on my side. I'll be waiting for price to come back into these areas, and then I would look to see if I can get a risk entry in this area, or this is the continuation that I would be a bit happier to take with this pair coming this week. So that's also looking pretty neat. The one that I would be taking if I were to take a euro pair early in this week is this one. So we've got the first touch and the second touch, and we've got this little point of reference. Just excuse the planes flying. I'm close to the airport this month. So we've got this little reference point and the 1, 2, 3. So I'd be looking for a position in this area, or a little push down in the flag. So price might not be perfect. We might not get that move that comes nicely to this area. You know, we might need to get a little more creative here. So what I'd be looking for is, if price is not perfect, I'd literally look at if we get a nice little push and a flag in this area, and I'd be happy to take that continuation to the downside. Nonetheless, those are the pairs for the week that is to come. Hope you'll have an enjoyable week ahead, and I'll catch you again next week. Goodbye.